Welcome to DWI, episode 46, 4646. Without further ado, that's Dude, that's Wax, I'm Illy. We are DWI. So fellas, let's get straight into it. So, yo, all this shit that happens in the entertainment world, this shit gotta happen around now. Did you see that Drake shit that's going on right now? Now, I know Drake's been in the news forever, man. I mean, he had a bunch of different beefs with a bunch of different people, but this has got to be the wildest shit that I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. I've never seen a beef happen, the motherfucker lose, and then him sue the fucking record label that he's a part of with the other motherfucker he was beefing with.
Right. Straight up the lamest shit I've ever seen.
I mean, with a capital L.
Yes, it's the lamest shit in hip-hop ever. He takes the biggest L. He erases all of... Ja Rule should just drop an album right now. That
Word.
shit, you know what I mean? Because Drake took the biggest L.
Right.
He's a fucking hip-hop Karen now.
Right.
Like, that's the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life, man.
You'll hear from my lawyers.
Yeah. And then and this shit is just, this ain't part of the game.
Right.
Nah.
That is that light-skinned Canadian bullshit.
Right.
That shit is wild, man. I mean, what part of the game is this? Like you was just saying, bruh. I mean, I've never seen, like, there was a bunch of historic beefs. MC Shan and fucking KRS-One. Fucking
Nas and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Pac, Biggie. Like, but none of them...
50 Cent, Ja Rule.
Right. But none of them was like, I'm going to fucking sue you or sue my label.
Bruh, I heard of motherfuckers getting stabbed and shot.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, motherfuckers have lost their lives over beef. So for him to go out like this...
Right. It's like, bro, just take your fucking L. It would have been, it would have been better if he just took the L, took a year off. It should have blow over. Let the Super Bowl happen. Wait a little bit after that. You know what I'm saying? And then.
So what about May?
Something,
April,
April, or hit it for the summer, right for the summer, and drop some hot shit that people party to. But don't get online and be all emotional and talking shit on basketball players and shit. Like, man, just sit your fucking ass down.
That motherfucker was flicking through the TV like, I wouldn't have wore those shorts.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Drake, what have you...
He bodied himself, man.
He did.
I mean, Kendrick pretty much killed him, but he scooped the dirt over his body, though, like his own self.
And he asked for it. He's the one that asked for all of this.
I mean, I don't know. If you really want to rewind time, Kendrick came out, he said, fuck that big three. Nigga, it's just Big Me.
Yeah, but that's one thing. But then when you start talking about the nigga wife first, he made the same mistakes with Pusha T. Stop bringing up niggas' wives and shit. You know what I mean? Because you can't expect the motherfucker, you can't think he's going to play fair after you talk about his wife. All bets are off. You talk about my wife. I'm talking shit on you. I don't care. If I can't whoop your ass right now, I gotta make people look at you funny now.
Right.
See, this is the weird thing. Like, everybody don't like him for what reason in general. One reason in general is because he's always trying to scoop somebody else's bitch.
Right.
So he feels like, I guess that's like the key to success.
Right.
Or something. I don't know, man. But that shit is fucking lame.
Right.
And in the real streets, that shit'll get you killed.
Right.
Yeah, it will, but, a lot of motherfuckers might look at it, on his aspect because, like, everything that guys do is for women. They get the nice car, the nice house, the nice watch, the haircut, and I'm not saying you don't do it for yourselves, but it's to attract certain audiences, if you will. Mm-hmm. This just ain't for me to be out here looking fly like this.
Right.
I'm trying to accomplish something, and when I get me a little something sweet on my arm, mission accomplished.
Right.
That's what the fucking job is.
I mean, like Dave Chappelle said, he's like, in one of his stand-ups, he's like, if a man could get a girl without a house, he wouldn't buy a house.
Right.
If I could be homeless and get bitches, I'd just be a homeless nigga with a whole bunch of bitches. But like I said though, but when you going and trying to smash everybody else's girl and then wondering why everybody hates you, like you just been making enemies for 15 years and then now you're mad that everybody is piling up against you. You're a fucking idiot.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, because niggas didn't team up on him.
Right.
Like, everybody just has a certain enemy. You know what I mean? And it might seem like they're teaming up against you, but nah, brother, you done messed with, like, or tried to mess with at least 6 of these dudes' girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they have the same common enemy.
Right. And all of these girls out here, and you can get damn near anyone you want. You're Drake. You still trying to hit my girl? Like, that shit's weird. Just so you can put it in a fucking rhyme later and shit. And a lot of these niggas still got on songs with him after that shit. Because, but they used him. And he fell victim thinking that these niggas was his friends. Like, no, nigga, you was just hot and they was trying to get put on.
Right.
They're not your friends. You even said it in the song. Ain't no friends in the industry. So why ain't you living by the shit you talking about? You must not have wrote that shit.
Right. So what you saying? Quentin Miller wrote it.
Somebody probably wrote it, and he just said it and
didn't
even think. Like, he was like, yeah, this sounds good, but like, nigga, you start listening to that shit. Ain't no friends. Like, these motherfuckers, just because they put you on a song or just because you put them on a song, don't make them your friend. You know what I mean? It was a business transaction.
Right.
You stole their style probably. They jumped on your track. They got hot, and that's just the end of it. That's a business deal.
Right.
We ain't fucking friends. We just trying to make money.
Right. I just think it's crazy. And now, since all of that beef that's transpired between this transpired between Kendrick and Drake, somehow Wayne's involved.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? How's Wayne involved?
I mean, I think Wayne put himself to a certain extent because I don't think Kendrick was throwing a shot at him.
No, but at the same time, like, it's still fucking. It was too soon.
Yeah, when you say somebody's name in your shit, then
right, especially when you know that you're performing at the Super Bowl and don't even mention my name, like Eddie Murphy said to Martin about that watch. Don't even toot your lips up to say watch. Say a little clock or something.
Yeah.
Seriously, you mention watch one more time, I'm going to knock out all your fronts. You're going to go back to New York whistling. Yes.
But see, this is the beauty of it. Like, whenever Drake was beefing with Pusha T, Wayne didn't say much. Whenever he was beefing with, when Drake was beefing with Kendrick Lamar, Wayne didn't say much. And I wonder if it's because whenever Wayne was locked up, Drake was at one of his bitches.
It could be.
See what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, all this shit revolves around bitches and punk ass niggas, basically.
Right.
So, I mean, like, Wayne's his like ego is bruised and hurt.
Right.
And, he feels like, oh, well, he's talking about me, but he really didn't take no shots at you. He said, my hard work let Lil Wayne down.
Right.
That's not a shot.
No, it's not. But at the same time, like, your hard work got you in the fucking thing, nigga. Fuck how I feel. And I went, man, I ain't driving, man. Fuck all of it. But, like, let me ask you this. Curveball time. Do you think that there's going to be a beef brewing?
I doubt it. I doubt Kendrick will even reply. Even if Wayne comes out with something, I don't know if Kendrick will or not. I mean, shit, I wouldn't mind seeing some more beef. That would be a hell of a beef. That would be a hell of a beef to watch. You know what I'm saying? If it stays on wax. But what do you think?
Me?
Either one of y'all.
I wouldn't mind watching it, but I think it's going to be a dissection. Like,
yeah.
I think he's going to dissect Lil Wayne and expose him for the fuck nigga he is and shit. I ain't saying that like I believe he is a fuck nigga, but he got some questionable shit on his jacket.
Right.
He is one of the dopest rappers alive, but I mean,
bar for bar, Wayne is like one of the dopest rappers.
Yeah.
So it's hard to compare either or because like Kendrick has a lot of dope ass fucking ways of turning this shit and twisting it, and he is like I don't want to say a battle rapper, but he's strategic with
He's turned himself into a battle
Correct.
rapper.
Wayne, I want to say could do the same thing if he chose to, because you remember when him and when him and Jay-Z had that beef.
Right.
But
he never went at him.
Nah, but saying I'll kidnap you.
He didn't, but even still, he didn't go at it. It was subliminal type shit.
But I mean, subliminal could turn into some different shit. We've all seen it happen. We've seen it unravel. So
I will say this though, every like tit for tat Wayne had with a rapper, nobody really talks about because it just never hit the plateau of mainstream. Like it just wasn't good enough.
it never materialized.
Yeah, like it just wasn't. It always came up short.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he's like pretty much like 1 in 3 or some shit like that.
You
Like,
think?
I do.
And beefing?
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, in my opinion, he lost to Pusha T. He didn't get rid of Pusha T.
Who, Lil Wayne or Drake?
Lil Wayne. And he didn't get rid of Jay-Z or even put a dent in his armor.
Right.
I mean, like,
I wouldn't even say those were beefs, though.
they were, well...
You just brought it up and said he said talking about his lady money and all
Well,
that shit.
I'm saying as far as you said he never went at nobody. I mean, that was just proof that he did.
But it just didn't
I didn't say it
materialize.
turned into a beef, though.
Well, subliminally, the shit fell short. And Gilly the Kid.
Now, that, my friend,
I'm just saying, like,
could have
so,
been considered a beef.
so
And I don't
he's
know
over
who won
3.
against that. You know, you don't think he, you don't think he did nothing to, you don't, hold on. You feel like Gilly turned up on him a little bit?
I do. I feel like, he didn't shut him down. You know what I mean? He didn't expose anything.
Right. I don't know if beef is all about exposing. In my aspect of beef and in my experience with it, I just feel like, to me, it's who has the better bar for bar, in any rap beef.
Sometimes.
The more explosive bars, like when Jada and Beanie was going back and forth. I feel like Jada had the more explosive bars. Beans was cooking. Don't get it twisted. Beans was up there cooking, but he wasn't fucking with what Jada was saying. Had me on Hard Knock Life tour, hugging your moms. Like, anytime you can put something in there, it's edgy to say, but at the same time, say it to the point where it don't make me want to kill you. That was witty. Jada knows how to do that shit. Nas and Hove, would they fucking call you ugly? You know what I mean?
Scared to smile.
Yeah, like when he asked him that was like questions.
But the difference is they said the nigga's name. They didn't leave the shit up for grabs to say, oh, maybe he was talking about, maybe he wasn't. Nah, they was at them niggas' necks.
No, I agree. I agree.
Wasn't no,
That's why when y'all said it was, more or less like subliminal, I didn't say much because it was, but at the same time, subliminals could always turn into something a little bit more like.
Right. See, my thing with beef now, I mean, it used to be bar for bar. That used to be the shit. But once Pac said he fucked Biggie's wife, all of that bar shit was a rap. It was like, nigga,
exactly.
Now I gotta make you look stupid. If I put a dent in your shit, in your whatever
Chink
you
in
got,
your armor.
yeah, then that's who wins. To me, that's who wins the beef now.
And that's why I said he didn't expose him. That's exactly why.
Right.
That shit was rough. That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Like you had to look at Biggie different after that. Like that's how beef is now. It's like if I look at you differently after the beef, kind of like what Kendrick and Drake was like. We look at Drake now like this man.
Side eye.
Yeah, it's like you know what I mean. And Nas had that shit. Nas did that shit with Jay-Z for a little bit. Jay-Z weathered the storm and shit, but he had motherfuckers looking at Jig like I don't know, nigga.
That's like motherfuckers look at him like, hey, how'd this motherfucker get in here, man? He just lost that beef.
He do got whiskers like a rat.
Exactly. Like, how'd he get in here? Hey, son, get this motherfucker out of here. He lost that beef last week. And then somebody walking up to him, hey, man, word on you gotta go.
Right. They said Big's rhymes keep coming out your fat lips.
Yeah, like how many of Big's rhymes is gonna come out your lips, man? Seriously. 12? All right, yeah, you gotta go.
Right.
So let me ask y'all this. If there are shots exchanged, who takes the battle? Kendrick or Lil Wayne?
I'll start. I gotta go Kendrick at this point. Cause like we said, Wayne ain't really battled. Wayne's gonna have some bars. But Kendrick's just gonna hit him with that fucking witchcraft shit that he just was some wild ass beat that you won't imagine, and then he just gonna pick him apart like Black Power wise.
See, but you gotta understand this. Wayne's been on too many albums with too many people, and like I say all that to say this, he's never lost a feature. And that's
that's not bad.
that's including
I feel you.
Eminem.
But that's not bad.
He's never lost a feature, so
Yeah,
to
but
just count Lil Wayne out is going too far.
I ain't counting him out. I'm just saying I think Kendrick would get him. Like I said, I think Wayne got bars, but he don't have no substance with his bars. It's just bars. That's it.
and making songs with people is different than making songs about people.
I get that, but what I'm saying is he's never been bodied on a track. So, you use that type of energy going forward, and then, getting into this beef. I think I see Wayne coming out on top.
That's a
What do you think, Wax?
Kendrick.
Right.
I'm still breaking down shit from the first song he dropped that
Right.
catches me off guard. I'm kind of embarrassed to say I was kind of leaning towards Drake during their little beef,
Right.
Because I didn't think Kendrick had this in him, but he made me a believer, man. Like I thought Drake was gonna just sprinkle, hit club bangers throughout
Right.
the summer, but he shut all of that shit down and made him go on vacation. I
Right.
can't say retire,
He might be retired now.
but bro, I'm gonna say Kendrick. I don't know. But they are both from the culture,
Right.
which and Kendrick said he was a big fan of Lil Wayne before he
Right.
got on and all of that shit. So, but I'm gonna say Kendrick.
So when you say fan, that means you drew influence from me at some point throughout your life.
Maybe
So that's all.
That don't mean shit.
at
though.
all.
I mean, it just means that Kendrick's Lil Wayne's son.
Not
Because
necessarily. But sometimes the son got to whoop his pop's
you
ass.
look up to me, son.
So if a son whoops his pop's ass, that
Then-
means he didn't whoop his ass?
Ask Marvin Gaye how that shit worked out.
All right. I got
That's
you on
one example.
that. Right.
Just saying. Just saying.
Because the way Kendrick is feeling, the way Kendrick is now, man, he has no fucks to give. He
Nah,
don't
but
give a
Lil
fuck.
Wayne, one thing you gotta understand, the mind of a Libra, that shit is like in an ant maze. It's like fucking living in a fucking like an ant, like, and not the hill, but go through that little hill and go down through that little ant maze. It's like living in one of those, and I know that because I possess that same type of mental.
Well, what if Kendrick's the aardvark though?
That means you can only get your tongue down so far, and you put your tongue into a trap. Because right now we got a little thing of fucking poison down here, so you getting ready to lick right into that poison. We lifting it right up to the hole, so you'll be dead in a week.
Like I said, I fuck with Wayne. I love Wayne music, but Wayne don't have no substance, man. He don't say shit. I don't understand how he's gonna be able to fuck with a nigga that can say real shit.
You act like that motherfucker be like, it been little kid, no more little dope, that
Pretty much.
not chew.
Pretty much.
But I was gonna say, what do you think Lil Wayne could say to Kendrick that would actually put a chink in his armor?
I mean, it ain't about it. Like y'all both said, he says witty shit, so I feel like Wayne is gonna come out with some dope ass shit.
It's gonna be dope, but it ain't gonna have no substance.
Right. It ain't gonna be nothing personal. It's just gonna be like, I'll kill you in a whole bunch of different ways. Like, okay, we get it, but you're not gonna do that either. So he's gonna tell you how many bullets his gun holds in the dopest way ever. You're like, damn, that was a hot ass bar, but like, so the fuck what? I heard that
So
shit
what you
before
doing?
from-
You gonna get fooled off Kendrick's bars like, that was good for the soul. I'm fooled.
I mean, if he breaks him down, whack.
It's going to be what it is. It's going to be music at its finest. It all depends on who the judge and or the jury is.
The population is the judge.
And they are. So that means whoever comes off with the hottest, wittier shit wins the battle. So, I know what y'all mean by substance. I believe in substance too. I am an 80s baby. But with that being said, it's Lil Wayne, ladies and gentlemen. And by ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to y'all at home. And by talking to y'all at home, I'm saying we'll shut this shit down right now unless y'all do three things.
What's that?
What's that?
What are you talking about?
Like,
Oh yeah.
share, okay? And subscribe.
Because how much will that cost?
It costs them nothing. It don't cost you a damn dime. Dude, I think you got something else to add to
Get
it.
in that fucking get in the comment section.
Hell
man.
yeah, leave us a little fucking dime down there,
Right.
man.
Who you think would come out on top in that battle?
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I'm going with the Libra, man. I'm going with Wayne, man. Little Wayne. That motherfucker said bling bling. You know I am the creator of the term.
All right.
So, he made up the term bling bling.
That nigga started bringing up Wayne's drug addictions and his felonious acts all of his life. Nigga.
And it's big tricking.
Listen, leave it to the artist, gentlemen. I know y'all want to get into y'all's bag of tricks and start sprinkling out some fucking breadcrumbs on how Kenji's gonna break it down. But as the beef progresses, we're gonna go ahead and attack it from the side.
I'm telling you, right now, the moment he drops that Black Power shit and make Lil Wayne look like a fucking jigaboo, it's over. It's over.
We gonna see.
I don't see color. Like,
right.
nigga, what? Like, I'm telling you.
Quit leaving breadcrumbs for the audience.
It ain't
man.
like they're gonna watch it.
I mean, but they got it. Some of our viewers probably got the same algorithms as us if they tune into our show. So I'm sure that a lot of their antics have popped up on their feeds. Excuse me. But let me ask you this: out of all the hip hop times you've seen anything, and I hate to bring it back up, but when is the last time you seen somebody try to sue somebody for beefing?
Never.
Bruh, I can't get into it, man. And then here's the thing. I felt like there was going to be like a twist on the Super Bowl. I hate to keep bouncing around the topics, but I got to get this off my chest before I get back to Drake's snitching ass. I felt like Kendrick was going to do his songs, invite Lil Wayne out for that Mona Lisa. They was going to have that little thing and have a moment in hip-hop history. But this has gotten so out of hand from the Drake beef and him being attached to the Young Money cloth that it's dragging Lil Wayne into it inadvertently if he wants to be in it or not.
Right.
Especially with this Super Bowl thing, like he's already attached because that's one of Wayne's artists.
Right.
And on top of that, damn, Wayne ain't let you do Super Bowl.
Right.
So you're losing money because one of your rappers who just signed this huge deal is not able to put out music that's viable because he broke him down to the last compound. So you're losing money on that aspect.
I don't know if he's still even related with Cash Money anymore. Yeah, Cash Money. I don't even know because he signed a whole new deal. I think he left them a while ago and he got his own shit. That's what I think this is really about. I think he signed a shitty fucking deal, or maybe not signed a shitty deal because he got $400 million. But I think they kind of realized like we're not in the negotiating because usually whenever an artist got one more album left, kind of like football, if you got 1 year left. That's when they re-sign you. So he got one album left on his deal, and maybe he was trying to renegotiate, and they was like, we ain't trying to give you what you want. So I think this might be a little bit of him trying to get off of his current deal. I don't know, because I don't understand why he would even fucking sue the label. Like, these motherfuckers hold the cards. Like, if you wanted to be independent, you shouldn't have signed them in the first place. That's what everybody was saying before you signed. It was like, nigga, you're Drake. If anybody can go independent right now and make it, you could have did that shit.
But he wanted that push from that label.
Right.
Not only that, here's the kicker. He's up here dry snitching, you know what I mean? Talking about what Kendrick's doing with the bots and all that. Like, that's not proven evidence.
No, because he benefited off of that shit his whole career anyway.
So, with that being said, there's other artists that need that push, that do have to do it. So, like, you're letting the world know that that's how the industry works.
Right. But,
so you're
getting, like, to me, it's like they need to, a lot of more artists need to start being independent. Fuck the push. Just be independent. Like, if you and then get these fucking labels the fuck out of the way. And then the push will be organic. At that point, the people choose who they want. But nowadays, people can't choose who they want because the label does all the pushing.
I'm about to say, it's almost like you gotta destroy and rebuild it.
Right.
But in our favor, or in the artist's favor. Because it has never been in their favor from the beginning of record labels and artists.
I mean, that's any job. You know, you'll never work at KFC and make $25,000 a fucking week.
True.
That'll never happen. Now the owner of KFC does. Why? Because they're pushing his product. But you'll never have an employee there making just as much money as the owner.
But people at KFC ain't coming up with their own recipes.
Bingo.
No, I'm not saying that they
So
are.
that's
But
what artists are doing. They're coming up. They're putting their work out there. People that work at KFC, they do what the fuck they're told.
I understand
people that work, people that make artistry, they have their own shit.
Yeah, but if you want me and my fucking label to push it,
That's why I said fuck
Bingo.
the label.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
So that's why I said you have to destroy it and rebuild it.
I'm just saying. I mean,
like, why sell something that I put my heart, blood, and soul into for 25 cents when I can get $1 for it?
Right.
I get that. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that it normally doesn't get that much of a fucking, a humongous push. You're not going to get that bona fide surge that you would if you was with a Capitol record or like a fucking top label.
I get why people do it, but I'm just saying, like, they're robbing you. So why keep doing that? That's why I said when Drake signed this last deal, he shouldn't have did it. He should have just went independent at that point because he was already fucking Drake. He was already at the top of the fucking game. Nobody ever at the top of the game has said, "I ain't fucking label. I'm just gonna do it myself." He's already got his own push at that point.
Right.
So he don't need them at that point. Now he benefited from them, but you see what happens now. They was like, all right, your time is up. Now we're gonna push this other guy. There's no friends in the industry. They're gonna push this other guy that called you a pedophile. We're gonna push this shit to number one. Fuck you. That's why fuck the labels. So I understand why he's mad because he's like, damn, I've been keeping the lights on over there for 10 fucking years, and now you trying to fucking let this motherfucker, this little motherfucking midget, take my shit and call me a pedophile, but this ain't the way to do it. This ain't the way to go about it. You gotta hit him with bars. It's hip hop, man. At the end of the day, it's hip hop.
And at the end of the day, this is business.
Right.
And why let somebody control the business that you do?
Right.
When you can have your own business in your own hands, and especially when you're the number one selling hip hop / R&B artist in the world, you don't need their push anymore. You already made your wave. Now ride that motherfucker out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
look at Tech Nine. He don't get the push, but Tech Nine's probably one of the richest rappers in the game, and nobody even knows it because he's just independent. He just grinds, stays on his grind, and does shows all year and gets paid. Right. But he has his own core audience. But now Drake's core audience would have been fucking the rest of the world.
Right.
So it's like, at a certain point you got it. But at the same time, these fucking labels is dirty, and that's what Michael Jackson and Prince had to deal with. So don't be surprised if Drake gets into some Diddy shit,
or if he stops breathing sometime soon.
Right.
They've been known to do that shit too.
Right. I was just nothing. Like, as soon as you go in there with the label, like, what are you doing? Nothing.
I cut myself shaving.
Right. I couldn't think of it. I swear to God, I was trying to say that. I cut myself shaving.
He fucking with some heavy hitters. I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if this was the right way to go about it. He should have just chilled, did his last fucking album, and then go independent.
Give him some dog shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's your last one anyway. Give it to him. Give him some bullshit and then make some more bangers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's more than one way to skin a cat. You both are correct on that aspect.
Since I can remember, every artist, whether they're in hip hop, whether they're in R&B, rock, they always complain about the labels. Always. Like, that's the biggest, letdown as like a up and coming artist to hear. But like, do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just sign the deal and then complain afterwards.
Right.
Change that shit.
And it takes some of the top people to go out and do that shit. But it's a dangerous game because once you're there, you need them at a certain point.
Yeah, because after that, you're dealing with your own shit now.
Right.
To become independent is exactly what it is. It goes from spending and making money off somebody else's money to taking your money and now risking everything on your own, which...
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's still your money that you're paying back. You're paying them back.
Right.
You know what I mean? You made money off of them, but you still have to pay them for the money
I
that they
understand that, but this is
it's
money
your
that,
money.
It is, but it's money that hasn't happened yet. So, granted,
You're right. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, it's money that hasn't happened yet, so it's not my money technically until it's in my bank account. So I'm getting money from a situation that benefits my livelihood through them. Now, if I take it and make it all on me, I'm going to have to, yeah, you are right, but I'm going to have to disassociate myself from that company, take my own money, and now bet on me. Which that's what you did in the first place. So, I mean, if you did it before, you can do it again.
But a lot of artists is lazy and they don't want it. It's easy to be with the label. They'll give you this and give you that, but they're screwing you on the back end because, you know, what I mean, I think they make like I forget how many streams it is for one sale, but it's like that shit's crazy. It's like 1,000 streams,
ridiculous,
and it equals one sale. And then even off of one sale, you only get like $1 and shit
out of like 15,
right?
And shit. Plus, like the 360 deals and shit that's going on today, man, is ridiculous. Like
right.
You have to. It's wild. Like if I sat down and wrote a poem and I put a bunch of poems out. And now I have to pay you to get my poems back, like the rights to my own shit.
Right.
That's insane, man. Like where else do they do that?
Right. The music business. It's a dirty game, man.
KRS-One said it best. You know what I mean? The record labels are shady.
When I said it, before I said that's anywhere, I'm saying any job you work at, you're gonna have those type of odds. Look at the car business. You make a certain percentage off of a vehicle that you sell based off of them having the vehicles, but you put all the work in.
Right.
When there's a complaint, they call you. When something goes wrong, you're the first person that they think of, which you want that to happen because, that's your customer. But is the lemon worth the squeeze?
Right.
Is the juice worth the squeeze at that? Because now, you've already made a profit, but the dealership, they get the bulk of the money.
Right.
In which case now you're left with a little bit of money left over. Plus, on top of that, if you got a disgruntled customer or not, they don't want to talk to the owner. They want to talk to the motherfucker that sold them the vehicle.
Exactly.
So when I say that, I'm saying every business is designed like that.
Except
every business.
Except for if you're in business for yourself.
Right, but then you have to sacrifice the losses. You got to feel the loss a little bit heavier. Because when you're dealing with another company, that's their loss.
Which one would you rather have, though? Like, working for yourself and feeling the highs and lows?
I think it goes hand in hand, Wax. Because you need the company to push you first, to have all the access to the vehicles. Then on top of that, when you show what you can do, then you can branch out on your own.
Just in general. It doesn't mean like just the car business.
I'm saying that in any aspect, you need that major corporation to push your music so that the world can know who you are.
Not all the time.
But after that, after the success, we would have never known Drake if he was just an independent rapper. He'd have just been somebody on SoundCloud.
Back then, maybe.
Yeah,
but
he
now,
got with Young Money.
Now the internet's involved.
Thank you.
Your music can go all over the world as long as it's some hot shit. People are gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, I'm not saying you could put bullshit out and people's gonna follow you. Yeah, the music or whatever you put out has to be dope. It has to be dope, but you don't need them anymore, man. You can be your own A&R. You can be your own fucking producer,
right,
director, whatever the fuck you want to be.
I get it.
If you just sit down in front of one of these motherfuckers and put some dope shit out. You don't need them anymore.
I agree.
Especially after you've already used them. You already used them to make yourself the hottest motherfucker in the world. Now that you're the hottest motherfucker in the world, fuck them. Go off on your own.
That's why I said I agree, but in some cases, they're who catapulted you onto this journey in the first place.
Right. They're a tool to
Young
use.
Money being a part of Cash Money, that was a big-ass group back in the day, so who wouldn't want to buy some records from somebody who had a history of being dope?
Right.
They're attached to greatness.
I kind of disagree. I feel like they backed him a little bit until his music started making a splash. Then they put the machine behind him.
Okay, that's anybody. We don't know if you're going to do this, if you're going to be great, so we're going to give you a little bit of backing, and if we find out that you're going to be dope, we're going to sink more money into you. That's everybody.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it was him the whole time, though. A little bit of money back here, okay, that's cool, but it's my talent that's getting me the looks.
That's everything. Look at Najee. Like we talk about in our Steelers episode. Like that dude is coming up on a contract year. So everybody got it in their mind in the city of Pittsburgh that we're not re-signing that dude. Because you've had your time. Now, if he snapped the fuck out like Watt did, there's money on the end of their rainbow, son. So you have to be something significant in order for them to see value in you, for them to want to put that type of money up, Wax. That's all I'm saying. For them to even see anything in you, to put that type of cheese up, they have to see something special in you. If not, they're not going to waste their time. I got to put this money to somebody else who's going to make it wait. What? Boom. He stepped up. He did his thing. Look at fucking, what's his name? Cam Hayward. Same situation. A little bit older. Stepped up. Signed that check. Snapping out now. So it's all about how they value you. My dad used to always tell me the proof isn't in the pudding. The proof is in the eating of the pudding. Because the pudding could just be there and sitting there looking nasty as fuck. But unless somebody's eating that pudding, potato salad. Take that to any cookout in the world. Any cookout in the world. If that shit ain't smacking, where's this going to be at? Sitting there on the table with flies flying around it, untouched. If that's so-and-so and so-and-so's potato salad, and we know it's that hitter, everybody and their mama's going to have a portion of that in their to-go container.
Right.
So. But what I'm saying is, they're a tool to be used.
I agree.
But at a certain point, they're just going to keep robbing you. And you can't even complain. You can't be mad once you see that they're robbing you because you know they're going to be robbing you. So at a certain point, stop being fucking lazy, get out there and do your own fucking shit, or else get robbed and shut the fuck up about it.
Right.
Because you're only going to be as hot as long as they say you're hot.
Right. If you're attached to them, but if you're on your own, they can't stop you from being hot. They might not help you to get hotter. But they can't stop you if you're already at that level where everybody fucks with you.
Right.
So, I mean, it is what it is. We disagree on certain things, but we, at the same time, we kind of probably agree more than we disagree.
Right. Especially about this topic, because it's a touchy topic.
Right.
It's a touchy topic because you have entertainment. That's set out for everybody's enjoyment. But it depends on what you're doing and who's watching. Right. If it's some fucking country and western, chances are us three are tuning out. Not to say that we don't like country and western, but there's only a few country songs that all three of us can recite that's worth a damn.
Right.
So it's like, if you're playing BET, some of that shit we grew up listening to, you got our attention. Let them play Busta Rhymes, Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. We'll be up here talking, oh shit, and that shit come on. We've seen it 180 times. But we'll sit there and watch it just because that's something that we remember to watch and it's entertaining.
Right.
But what these guys have done is they turned it into so much of a competition. The loser gets cast out to a fucking island of forgetful. The island of you know what I mean, like the land of forgotten toys.
Right.
Like you're a castaway now.
Well, don't play stupid games. You won't win stupid prizes. Just don't get involved in that shit.
I know, but dude, it's at the expense of who's the hottest MC. So like,
I mean, hey, that's the game you chose to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you get in the game and you tell everybody you're the best, be ready for motherfuckers to challenge that shit.
Right.
That's just the name of the game.
And be ready to prove it.
Right. Don't just say it. You got to prove that shit. J. Cole.
True.
Because you've been telling everybody you the hottest, and as soon as it was time to show, that nigga was like, can't we all just be turning to some Rodney King shit? Can't we all just be friends? Or not Rodney King, what was the nigga's name? It was Rodney King. They said, can't we all just be, can't we all just get along?
It was him and that truck driver.
Yeah, Reginald Denny and shit. They got bricked in his fucking head.
Which was fucked up.
They fucked him up.
For no reason. For being white and South Central and shit. Like, that's the only thing that he did. He was just white in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Niggas clean.
Bruh, he was in a semi.
I'd have ran them niggas smooth.
Like,
over.
There's nothing that can stop a semi.
Right.
Nothing.
There'd have been a trail of black skin and blood right behind me. And I'll deal with this shit later. Like, I'm not dying.
Would you have ran everybody over?
Everybody.
They were like, he's in a semi and he's going crazy. Dude would have been like, yeah. going rampant in his semi. This motherfucker's wild as fuck.
I'm not gonna get out and get bricked.
Up here killing people driving around in Optimus Prime. This motherfucker got Optimus Prime. I got bodies on my. This Optimus Prime talking to dude. I got bodies on my elbow.
Autobots roll out.
This motherfucker is killing people driving around in Optimus Prime. What is
tell
wrong
you,
with this man?
I'm not going to
I'm not going to sit there
fucked up.
either. Because they threw a brick through his window, opened up the door, and got him out of there.
As soon as I seen that, I'm like,
Are you behind these drop?
I'm closing my eyes. I'm just gonna hear the rumbles of bodies underneath the shit, like
The screams of terror.
right, like I'll deal with this shit.
Are you gonna have your trucking headphones on?
Hell yeah.
Looking just like you are now. That's a 10-4.
Like, Niner.
They're gonna be, he's from Pittsburgh. He got a jersey and a hat on.
Right. I'm gonna be laying on the horn too.
Right.
Like,
Get the fuck out the way.
Y'all motherfuckers are murderers. I
But-
can't believe y'all got inside of Optimus Prime and started killing people.
But hey, did y'all hear?
They're killing people inside of Optimus Prime.
Oh, what did y'all think about Kendrick's album?
It was dope. That reincarnated song, man.
Reincarnated is too fucking dope.
And a lot of young motherfuckers gonna be like, the only reason why you like it is because it reminds you of Pac.
Damn
Bingo.
right.
Bingo.
Hey, there's a few jams on that movie. That shit with Luther is dope.
Yeah.
That shit he got that kind of sounds like One Mic. Where he's kind of like giving an ode to Nas on that shit.
Right.
Whacked out murals at the beginning. It's fucking dope. That album was fucking dope.
I thought it was dope for hip hop, man, to have something like, especially coming off of a fucking awesome ass victory with that damn beef.
And the wild part is the timing of it was perfect because it was the same day that Drake dropped his lawsuit. That Drake talked about he had his lawsuit. It's like he was waiting for Drake to do something dumb. And then was like, and here goes a fucking album.
Right.
Out of fucking nowhere.
Because I know it's coming.
Right.
I know he's getting ready to do some
He's
shit.
going. He has to. And I'm going to drop this motherfucker just to put more dirt on top of the grave. He's already fucking covered in dirt. This motherfucker threw a couple of boulders on top of his shit.
Yes, he did.
put him in a tune.
Yeah.
And shit. Like, god damn, man. I like the album too, though. I haven't had a full chance to like
Dissect it.
yeah, and unpack it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the song, I've heard it all the way through. I just haven't listened to everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the shit is dope, man. And I don't know. Kendrick needs to keep up with this shit for as long as he can.
Right. Because we know Kendrick, that nigga will take a couple years off now and shit after the Super Bowl. But I heard this ain't even the album. This was like a throwaway that he just decided to drop. He still got another album coming, is what I heard.
Yeah.
Me too. Because he had 2 Grand Nationals,
Yeah.
you know, like on one of his posts. So like the first one, and then I'm waiting for that second one to drop too, man. Which is gonna be dope. Like the whole idea is dope.
Right.
Shout out to Kendrick.
I mean, that motherfucker, as soon as he's done, like, you know how y'all said he was going to go on a sabbatical. He ain't doing that. He's going right to Japan with Andre 3K.
Right.
He's going to get that motherfucker some electric spoons. And they going to be meow, 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 meow.
I wish he dissed Dre 3000 to get his ass back in there.
Easy.
Nah, just stick with Lil Wayne. Just go at Lil Wayne. Keep your pen moving. And give us some more hot shit. Both of y'all.
Yeah, them two niggas beefing would probably make everybody cry. It'd be sad. It'd be a whole bunch of sad ass fucking rap beef. So I was like, damn, these niggas is. I want to go hug my mom and shit.
It will be raining like for the next 2 years.
Right.
Like just consistent rain. Fucking around with that. That would throw the energy of the earth
that
off.
shit would be crazy.
Yeah, we ain't even gonna ask for that.
Right.
That's pandemonium.
But if Dre will get back in the studio, I'll take it.
Yeah. I've got a good feeling he'll be back.
Who knows?
I mean, he's had a lot of time to clear his head, man.
Right.
Came out with that album with that flute, man. I mean, think about it.
I don't know.
And that motherfucker, I think it had over 1 million streams, didn't it?
Probably. Something like that. I don't know how. But
It's everybody wanting to hear it.
Yeah, and it's tea drinking music.
it's
Elevator.
No, it's tea drinking. Like you boil some tea, you sit around, you look out of a big ass window and shit. You got like a fucking
chamomile and go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta wear like them graduation robes and shit. Just those. That's it. And a pair of Yeezys.
Scrap. That shit is scrap, and he let me down.
You still shower graping about that,
I
Wax?
am. I'll never forget.
Y'all see him at home? Y'all see this boy, man, still sour graping about that Dre 3000
I'll
album?
never forgive him because he was the greatest MC at the time and gave it all up.
The only reason why you're pissed is because you thought he was going to spit a verse.
Nah.
I
Just
did.
The fact that he picked up the flute and dropped the microphone is a hurt piece.
Right. I thought he was going to drop 1 or 2 verses and shit, like him and Erykah Badu, and like, you know, maybe it's like a Discord from 7 or something like that, like something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he said, fuck that.
Yeah, he did.
Flute you want, flute you get.
Yes.
Nobody
Right,
wanted
but
flute.
nobody wanted flute. Like that.
Nobody asked for it.
Nobody
He just
asked
picked it
for
up and
flute.
was like, flute you what?
Right.
Flute you'll get.
And he ain't even good at it. Like,
Right.
man, I don't know.
I guess because the guitar didn't really pan out.
Right.
So he was like, I'm going to get him with this one.
It was like an electric recorder. You know those recorders you
Yeah.
get like $3.80 at the school?
Right, the kids playing in kindergarten and
Yeah,
shit.
it was like you see the snake charmers using it back in the cartoons back in the
Right.
day. It was like an electric one of those, like a plug-in.
Where you can just hit random things and it's going to sound decent. You can hit random holes and be like,
Yeah.
it'll sound all right.
It's almost like, ooh, that nigga know how to do some shit.
Right, no, you don't.
That motherfucker. Like, but nobody can play. I've never seen nobody play that ever.
Right.
So shout out to Dre and his fucking recorder. See, here you go, Wax. Leave him alone. Man. That's
Nah,
Andre
man,
3.
fuck that recorder. Pick up the pen and start writing again, man.
Right.
You heard him, Dre. Get back in the studio.
This
man.
shit is bullshit, man.
You
This
want
shit
one
is
more
bullshit.
album?
I mean, even just some fucking
A mixtape.
like
Something.
man.
All right, let
like-
me ask you this: if you want to hear his album from this person, say yes. If not, say pass. We're not going to disrespect none of our hip hop legends.
Okay.
Scarface,
Yes.
Yes.
Jay-Z,
What about you?
Yes.
yeah, Jay-Z,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beanie Siegel,
Pass.
If he can use his old AI voice, I'll take a new Beanie Siegel
all
album.
right, Snoop.
Pass.
He does have a new album out, by the way.
Him and Dre.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say either. I'm just gonna say I'll listen. Yeah, I'll listen. I don't necessarily want one, but I'll fuck with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it.
Because I got a little dose of that when it was him, Too Short,
And
E40, and thing. And it wasn't real bad, but it wasn't too dope.
Right.
Like they had like,
Mount Rushmore,
Yeah, Mount Westmore.
yeah. Who was the fourth one? Was it Ice
Cube.
Cube?
Yeah, it was cool.
and that's the dude I was gonna bring back up. And
He's got a new album out.
he does.
I listen to it. It's not.
Man
It's
down.
cute. It's not terrible though.
You listen to it,
Yeah, I listened to it.
the whole thing.
Yep.
How was it?
I liked it, but I mean, you got to put yourself back in the Cube mode. You're not gonna be. It's not gonna be nothing new. It's
Right.
not gonna feel new. But I liked it.
Do you think it's like these older MCs aren't hitting because
Their music's dated.
well that too, but because they're rich now? Like, do
Maybe.
you think it's like the hunger?
No, I think, me personally, I think the times have changed. I feel like we've heard it all.
Right.
You know, especially older hip hop heads. I think we've heard it all be displayed the way that, you know, it's going to be. Like,
Right.
we've heard every way that you can put a simile, a metaphor, a verb, a noun, all of that, you know, in hip hop that they use in that culture. And we've heard it in every way possible. It could be spat.
And some people can dig deeper. Like Nas. Nas still got it. You know what I'm saying? Some people can dig deeper and pull out something new. But what you're saying, yeah, like some people, it's just like, all right, we've heard this.
We're done. We're done here.
Right.
Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! I want a whole Locks album.
Right.
Big Daddy Kane.
No.
No, I wouldn't listen, but I would probably give it a quick run through. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'll say yeah, because Big Daddy Kane is still dope. Like when I hear him on recent shit, I hear him on some shit like he still got bars. He still got some shit. But if it got to be updated, it can't be some old shit, boom bap shit.
Will Smith.
No, hell no.
I mean, even his new wave, like his new wave of music.
I don't want nothing to do with
I am a Libra, but I identify as a Cancer.
No, fuck that.
I mean, I am a Libra, but I hang with 2 Cancers.
What about Rakim?
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go buy the album if we were still into buying albums, but I would definitely listen to it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I would too. Let me ask y'all. What about 8 Ball and MJG?
Yep. I would listen to an 8 Ball and MJG album.
I would too. I mean, just to see where they're at now, like skill wise and whatnot.
Right.
Corrupt.
I would. I fuck with Corrupt. Daz not so much.
Right.
But Daz was dope. But like Corrupt was a whole nother feeling.
Right.
Mr. Cheeks.
No. I'm not looking for a Mr. Cheeks album.
I mean, he did have some
He was
bangers.
dope.
Every like decade, he came out with something fly.
He was dope. Like I wouldn't if he does, shout out to Cheeks. If you come out with something, I might give it a listen to, but I can't say I'm actually like, yo, Mr. Cheeks got that. Mr. Cheeks came out with some shit, and I listened to 2 songs.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, but he just came out with one, and it was alright.
You talking about the one that dropped like in the summer?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he dropped one.
Yeah.
But I would.
He got a bunch of features. Kodak Black, The Baby.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as Extinction Level Event 2.
Right.
That one was hard. That one was the shit. But then this one was okay. It wasn't as good as that one, though.
No, I agree.
Right.
I agree. What about Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you looking for him to drop new music?
Yeah. If he drops something, I'm on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instantly, as soon as I see it, like, oh, Wayne got some new shit? All right.
Let me correct myself. I'm looking for a mixtape, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I want that.
I don't want the album. I want the mixtape
Yeah.
from Lil Wayne.
That's fair.
Because mixtape Wayne, if mixtape Wayne versus Kendrick, he got something. He'd be in there. But if it's just regular Wayne, if it's old man Wayne with the
My dad robbed me of 50 million, and
yeah, if it's that version, like I don't get washed. But
I have seizures from drinking too much lean, Wayne.
Let me ask you this.
what about Mike Jones?
Mike Jones!
Who?
Mike Jones.
There's kind of a slew full of motherfuckers from that era I don't want to hear no more.
Right.
Mike Jones.
Lil Flip.
Flip.
Paul
Wall. I will listen to Chameleon. No, I will.
No.
Man, that Riding Dirty, that nigga spit. I'm sorry if y'all motherfuckers don't agree. That nigga spit on that shit.
Man,
I
crazy.
fuck with that
Crazy
song.
Bone ate that nigga alive.
And I don't know, man. That nigga ate that shit. Like, I never thought that song was dope when it was out, but when I listened to it as I got older, that shit's heat.
Speaking of Crazy Bone, what if Bone came out with a new one? You ain't fucking with it? Nah, I probably wouldn't either.
I'll listen to it.
You're right. But I'm not clamoring for a new Bone.
I stopped fucking with Bone when they did that Wild Wild West bullshit. I was like, all right, and I'm spent.
Right. What was it?
It was like some old Western bullshit that they put out.
Like,
Yeah, I was like,
All right. What about Twister?
yeah.
Yeah. What about?
Tech 9,
Yeah. I'll listen to Tech.
UX.
I fuck with Tech 9.
When's the last album either one of y'all listened to?
It's been a minute. I don't know because
I just
he's
listened
independent,
to
so he don't get pushed. So
See? There you go. That's what I'm talking
but
about.
I'm not a core tech fan, so
He was just in Pittsburgh too. He's on a tour with Falling in Reverse, I think.
All right. If you had to bring one hit wonder back, who would you bring back?
PD Pablo. It's like, nah.
Oh,
I don't know. Fucking
Tracy Lee. It's party time.
that was a jam though.
Oh, it's party time. Having a party.
I would probably bring back Black Sheep.
They weren't a one hit wonder.
Yeah, they kind of were.
Nah.
As far as hits,
They were just as dope as the fucking.
They had one hit. Like, what was the other hit?
Lords of the Underground. They were the same amount as. I mean, they had a bunch of.
No, they didn't. They had Flavor of the Month. And wasn't name another one there.
I can't. No, I'm not putting one hit wonder. I'm talking about like them niggas that made the Laffy Taffy or the Whipping the Nene.
I got you.
Shit, Keith Murray.
Keith Murray's not a one hit wonder neither. He had a bunch of jams with the Terror Squad. I mean,
one hit wonder.
Who's the squad? His camp.
Def Squad.
Def Squad, but he had like him.
No,
Derek Sermon and them.
Just him.
I mean, he wasn't a one hit wonder though. I'm talking about like them niggas that.
He kind of was
He
by
had a couple
himself.
albums. I don't remember the niggas that made the Laffy Taffy having 2 albums.
Nah.
I
don't either. I mean, but they also fall in that category. But like, I don't know if you can't make a hit by yourself, you're a one hit wonder. If you only had one hit.
I get it, but if you had like a sophomore album, that means you're not a one hit wonder. You had more music. I'm talking about
That's
one
not
and
true.
done.
That's not true.
One and done, then. How about that?
Okay, that's different. Because
But I'm sure the Laffy Taffy niggas got probably 10 albums that no one fucking listened to.
And I heard them niggas from the rough side of Atlanta.
Right. So
I'm about to say,
good.
Knuck If You Buck. That's who I'm bringing back. The
Right.
guys who made Knuck If You Buck.
No, if you buck.
One hit wonder, I would go Young Bleed. Because Young Bleed's album was classic. And they was like, all right, and you're done, Young Bleed.
Okay. they jammed this whole name together. It's like, okay, Young Bleed. Like,
Right.
That's Young Bleed.
Right.
That's Young Bleed. Like it wasn't like
Right.
like there wasn't a pause in there, like a double syllable. That's just all one syllable. That's Young Bleed in them. The nigga that I'm bringing back, man, had a classic, man, and I know we get paid. If I could bring this song out and produce it myself, I'm bringing that nigga back to say, a little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Rita by my side. I'm bringing that nigga back.
You're stupid.
Straight up. Them motherfuckers, well, y'all wasn't ready for that shit, did was y'all? I don't know, man. That's rough, man. That Laffy Taffy. That shit was rough, man.
Laffy Taffy.
It was that
Do that
D4L.
Laffy Taffy. Yeah, do that Laffy Taffy.
Was that D4L?
Something like that.
All right, fuck it. Orange Juice Jones. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I'm gonna make that shit.
That's
like,
not Orange Juice Jones.
That is Orange Juice
No, it's
Jones.
not.
No, it's not.
That's Barry Gordy's son.
It is too. Good call. What did?
Max.
I saw you and him walking in the rain.
Fuck. The Rain.
Yeah, I might bring that back.
Hey, looking good. Looking so good. I followed you today. Yeah, come on in here. Had that listening shit. Come on in here. Yeah. I stuck your every piece of jewelry you ever bought you.
That was some shit, man.
Yeah, all those fur coats. Yeah, come on in here, bitch. What the fuck you think you is walking around with this other motherfucker?
Right.
I like to pull out the jammy and flat blast both of them.
Did he say that?
Hell yeah.
He said that?
Yeah, you like, but instead I chill.
He said that shit.
Yes.
I cut up all your credit cards.
I
He
might.
went on a warpath.
Yeah, I'm definitely bringing him back. I'm definitely. Was that Orange Juice?
Yeah, that was Orange Juice. He was the first Def Jam artist.
Was he?
He was the first one that dropped anything off of Def Jam.
Damn, there's a little piece of history
He was
for you.
before Run
LL
DMC.
and-
Run DMC wasn't on Def Jam.
That's or LL.
Yeah.
LL was. He was the first rapper signed to Def Jam. Well, fellas, you know what they say. All good things must come to an end. But we'll come straight back to you next week. Same time, same location, different material. Peace. Joe Clark. Well, fellas, y'all know what they say. All good. Here you go, Laffy J. Wise. Stop, man. Sorry.
Why did you pull out Joe Clark?
Well, fellas, you know what they say. Stop, man.
I'm sorry.
You're never like this, man. We gotta fucking clean this up and fucking end it, man. Well, fellas, you know what they Well, fellas, you know what they say. Wax, get your fucking hand down off your head. Stop fucking laughing, Wax.
Alright.
But before we go, we'd love to say thank you at home for. What the fuck is wrong with you? Well, fellas, you know what they say.
Why you trying to look at me?
Well, yeah, that motherfucker's lit. Well, fellas, you know what they say. All good things must come to an end. But before we go,
Why?
and we will be back next week. I got old Laffy McGilly over here. Well, fellas, you know what they say. Alright. Well, fellas, you know what they say. All good things must come to an end.